Hey everybody, hope this finds you doing well. This is Danelle here at Networkchain, and today we are going to talk about some of the top stories over the past week. As usual, let's go ahead and jump into the cryptocurrency market update. As you can see, Bitcoin over the last 7 days has basically stayed flat, down just about 0.46%, currently trading at $51,566. Ethereum, they had a nice leap up above $3,000 over the past week. As you can see, it's been up over 8% over the past 7 days. It kind of teetered around that 29,000, went up to 3,000, back to 29. So now it looks like it's back up at 3,000, currently trading at $3,063. BNB actually has seen a nice leg up, also nearly up 10% at $386. Solana actually seeing a bit of a slide down, but still over that $100 mark, trading at $103. XRP down nearly 3% at 54 cents. Then you have Cardano down 5.65%, Avalanche down 8.7%, and Dogecoin still in the top 10, up just over 1%, trading at 8.6 cents. So Bitcoin demand is still coming in, especially for these Bitcoin ETFs. As you can see here, this is a tracker done by BitMEX Research, and it tracks the flows of each ETF, spot ETF that is currently trading on the market. And it has tracked ever since the first day of trading, which was January 11th. That total, we have a total flow of over $5.5 billion into the spot Bitcoin ETFs, and that's including a $7.4 billion outflow from the Grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF that was converted from their Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. A lot of people, especially speculators who got into GBTC before it was converted into an ETF, are taking advantage of the discount that it traded at most of 2023 and some of 2022. So they're taking profits, as well as possibly looking to get into some other ETFs that also are offering a lower cost fee than Grayscale. But a lot of them are taking their money, I'm sure, elsewhere, in whether it be the stock market or other cryptocurrencies or other plays. But we can see that no matter what, there's still a lot of demand. When you look at the top two spots, looking at the Blackrock and Fidelity ETFs, you can see Blackrock nearing $6 billion of inflows since the beginning of trading, and Fidelity nearing $4 billion of inflows. So we're definitely seeing that demand continues to increase. There's been a few days here and there where it's gone down, particularly earlier this past week. We had a little bit of a down day for most of these ETFs, but we are seeing that overall the demand continues to flow into these spot Bitcoin ETFs, and we're starting to see that Bitcoin is still staying in a nice range right now, not breaking too much further below 50,000. If it does, it gets eaten right back up and goes right back into the $50,000 range. As you can see here, basically since January 11th, there was initial pop up, and now it's come up and pretty much stayed up above that $50,000 range since mid-February. So we'll see if we eventually have a breakdown at some point. It's not unlikely, because that's what happened in cryptocurrency. That's what happens with Bitcoin. There's going to be some pullbacks, some 10, 20, 30% potentially pullbacks. But if you're an investor, then Bitcoin at the end of the day is still a very well placed asset when you consider it compared to other assets in the market. If you look at the comparison to the S&P 500, which has done fairly well year to date, the S&P is currently up over 7% since the beginning of January, but you can see Bitcoin has outperformed the S&P 500. The S&P is up 7.29% year to date since January, but if you put that in comparison with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is still outperforming the S&P, going 17% since the beginning of January. Actually, Nvidia is one of the few stocks that have actually done better than Bitcoin over the past year, and it is up 63% year to date, and they had a stellar earnings call this past week, so it jumped up as well over the past week. and they are also both outperforming the NASDAQ 100, which is mostly the top technology stocks in that index as well. So Bitcoin continues to increase and do well against the dollar. If you look at the yearly chart, you can see here it also is outperforming the S&P 500 by upwards of 4 times. When you look at Bitcoin is doubled over the past 12 months. Nvidia has actually done even better than that in doubling Bitcoin's return over the past 12 months. And we've been talking and mentioning AI as being one of the emerging technologies that we're looking at, along with blockchain technology. Nvidia, at least right now, is showing that they are the king of AI at the moment. And a lot of people are really excited. And so they're looking to other plays outside of AI, particularly even in the cryptocurrency space. So if we go here to this article about WorldCoin, which was started by Sam Altman, who is the founder of OpenAI, which is the language model, the artificial language model that has taken really the world by storm. And his WorldCoin has hit record highs amongst the AI hype, particularly since Nvidia has done well this past week. A lot of other cryptocurrencies that are related to artificial intelligence has also ridden those coattails and have done pretty well over this past week. So you can see the WorldCoin digital currency registered a remarkable 21% price increase just over the past 24 hours. And this was earlier last week. That was Thursday. And WorldCoin, it is actually supposed to be used to scan your retina to be able to be a verification solution to go against bots and things of that nature and other scams that are out there, so you can basically show that you are a human and to prove, as it says here, prove your humanity, distinguishing real people from bots or AI algorithms. Obviously, a lot of people feel that there's a lot of issues with doing something along these lines, but Sam Altman is looking towards the future, and so far WorldCoin, at least over the past week, has seen a nice jump up given the narrative of artificial intelligence and how it is going to be considered a multi-trillion-dollar industry over the next 5 to 10 years. Going to Block, which is a fintech company that owns Cash App. They are one of the public companies that has invested in Bitcoin, has been holding their Bitcoin actually for a number of years now. And they have seen a nice increase in their Bitcoin gross profit given their earnings over this past week. And they saw a big jump in their stock price. Jack Dorsey, who is a big Bitcoin evangelist, his firm is doing quite well. As you can see, made 66 million in gross profit on its Bitcoin sales just through Cash App. And that is their mobile payments app where you can send and pay for different things using their mobile app, and also pay through other vendors who are also connected to the Cash App and Block. So we're seeing that more public companies are becoming interested in Bitcoin and are interested in having Bitcoin on their balance sheet. There is Reddit, which is a social media news website. According to their SEC filings, they're getting ready to file for their IPO, which is an initial public offering. They are planning on making their shares public via this IPO, and they disclose that they own Bitcoin as well as Ethereum and Polygon. And here are some of the public companies that are currently trading on the market and the tally of Bitcoin that they currently hold. Of course, we've mentioned MicroStrategy many times in a few of our past videos. Feel free to go back and check some of those videos out. They are closing in on 1% of the entire supply of Bitcoin. They're currently tallied at 190,000 Bitcoin. Then you have Marathon Digital, which has the largest number of Bitcoin out of the Bitcoin mining companies. You have Tesla has a nice haul, just under 10,000. And you can see on down the list, including Riot, CleanSpark, Cypher. These are some of the other mining companies, but we will see, and I'm sure there will be plenty of other companies over the next couple of years that will be added to this list. So this is not a fad. It seems as if Bitcoin is finally starting to get some recognition from institutions, and they're understanding and seeing what it's doing as a store of value against the dollar. So before we leave you, we just wanted to have one NFT story, Pudgy Penguins, which is a top collection in the NFT market. They have combined, or I should say have partnered with Unstoppable Domains to create .pudgy domains, and domains are a way that you can name the wallet that you own. So if you want to have someone sending you cryptocurrency, you can just give them the wallet name as opposed to providing them this long number and letter line. You can just send them the name and it will go directly into your wallet. And so Unstoppable Domains offer these domains that you can buy, and they've partnered with Pudgy Penguins to have a .pudgy level domain, and also they're going to be offering this up to people who buy their plushie toys that they are currently selling on in Walmart. So they've actually done so well. Their first run was in, I believe, over 2,000 Walmart stores, and now they're going to be adding more stores because the run went so well. So you can see that figure has now expanded to 3,100 Walmart, and so Walmarts are going to be currently stocking 30 different Pudgy toys that sell for roughly $3 to $12 dollars, a piece. So it is going to show, and it has been showing, that Web3 doesn't necessarily have to just be related to digital assets or digital collectibles. There should and can be a way, not should, but there can be a way to merge with physical products, and also a way to bring brand awareness and bring brand intellectual property to the Web3 space by leveraging physical products and more traditional products. And you could somehow, in many ways, in many instances, bridge consumers into digital collectibles. And even if you don't, at the end of the day, these are still great deals. If you have a great product like Pudgy Penguins that people, at the end of the day, they're willing to buy for their children or as a collectible, then this is a way to continue to build that intellectual property as well. So what Luca Nets and the Pudgy Penguin team is doing is definitely pioneering this merging of the digital and physical space. So we really appreciate you listening and stopping in to check in here with us here at Networkchain. We're going to still bring you news throughout the week. You can check us out on X as well as Instagram nearly every day. And of course, we'll be here on YouTube every week. In the meantime, take care. We look forward to linking up with you on the Networkchain very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.